Hey everybody, welcome back to another bonus episode of Granblue Fantasy. That's right, we're going to be going through those Fate episodes that we unlocked last time. The new ones for Djeeta, Rackam and Eugen, as well as everything there's available for Vaseraga. We'll have to see if there's more than simply 3. He joined the party late, but, we're 3 chapters into the game now, so who knows? Well, through 3 chapters, we're in the 4th chapter, whatever. I don't know. I've been really thinking, I think this is the best format for doing these, because there's, a lot of just sitting and reading, listening to prose. I do want to hear all this stuff, and I do want to get these stat bonuses. So I think saving it as its own bonus episode is probably a smart move. I don't know. I seem to recall, I did try to, a little bit, in my very early days, I did try to, a little bit cut off the more repetitive chaff off of the main episodes. And I remember, Valkyria Chronicles had, a bunch of fun, character bio entries. And instead of just, binging all of them, what I would do is often I'd pick out one at the start of an episode and read that and just kind of, go through them on occasion. It was a fun idea, but I don't know, it's literally a decade ago, so I'm allowed to change how I do things. In this case, since we might be stuck mid-mission somewhere, I might not have the opportunity to read these episodes, or listen to these episodes, for a while if I'm stuck in a long chapter, so... And I really do want to, not just the stat bonuses, but I want to hear about these characters, so... I think this is the way to do it, is just to split these bonus episodes out like this. And if you really want to hear these too, then great, there's another extra episode for you to binge. If, this isn't your style, you're more interested in the more progressing the story forward and actually having gameplay, then that's in the main episodes. Unless it's an episode where I run around town, which might also happen. But, let's get on with it. Let's find out how Djeeta's story continues. Now, right, I wanted to check this too. Okay. We're gonna get 2 stories for Djeeta today, actually. 3 and 4, because this says we need to do level 10 or higher and episode 3. And, we are, good for that. Episode 5 is... level 20, so that's quite a bit. I'm sorry, everybody. For some reason, I just started getting a little sniffly. Let me see if I can empty my nostril real quick, and that'll make me feel a little less nasally. I have not had this happen in ages. It's really embarrassing. I get hit with one of these with this recording session. Thank goodness it's just a bonus episode. Alright. Let's find out what Vern's doubt is. That's the previous summary, yes. I should have read that. I don't remember all these stories. We kind of know what went down with our heroes, with the main character, yeah?
We need your aid! Goblins! Goblins in Tempeal!
Interesting, so, I guess also because Djeeta is dressed in her current outfit, I guess this is now a side story just happening in the present. Because up until now, the chapters 1 through 3 for all of the characters... or episodes or whatever, they were backstories explaining what had happened to these characters to come to this point, what was their big events in their in their lives up to this part of the game. But now, we're done with all that, so I guess now it's time to deal with some little side shenanigans.
We were at the dock in Folka, taking care of landing procedures, when a panicked old merchant rushed toward us. In between his wheezing, he explained that a shipment of relief supplies headed for Tempeal had been intercepted by monsters.
Oh my goodness.
Tempeal reminded me of Id and how he had totally beat our butts. It was embarrassing, yeah. But what's worse, it reminded me of losing Lyria.
Oh man, I think that's still kind of on everybody's brain at the moment, because we're about to go and save her, but whatever.
Tempeal, huh? Maybe this time around I can actually help out.
Oh gosh, I probably should have realized from the title, but this is going to be more a story about Vern than Djeeta, really, isn't it? Huh.
That wasn't Vern's usual peppy tone. He was probably reliving those bad memories, just like me. I guess after you've spent as much time together as we have, you pretty much share a brain. It wasn't going to be a fun journey to Tempeal for either of us. But we were Skyfarers, and desperate times called for brave faces. Anyways, goblins. Smart, fast. That meant we wouldn't have the luxury of time. We needed to throw together the minimum amount of supplies needed for the journey and head out. I turned to Vern so we could discuss game plans, but then I saw his ears were droopy.
Oh, that's sad. Also, that's the nicest thing I've heard anyone say about goblins in ages in a story like this. Not just that they're fast, but like also they got smarts. Alright. Good stuff.
If we're fighting goblins, then we should have them licked by lunch.
Something was wrong. But with the hasty flight preparations, I couldn't spare the few minutes to investigate. All through it, Vern, I thought, we need you.
Interesting. That was the story? Okay. And then we get, like, you know, the next episode now available. Yeah, hold on. No. Which appears to straight up be a mission now. I've got your back. Right. Yeah, it seems everybody gets, like, 2 missions, actually, in these episodes, which maybe I think I maybe thought at first they were all gonna be like this, like, you know, like, little character, single character missions, and this one's gonna be, we're gonna do this right now, yeah. I got your back. So, yeah, we head off to Tempeal to deal with some gobbos. You must play as Djeeta for this one. Okay. But we get a full party still, huh? I was hoping this would be more, like, really character-focused and we'd just be playing as Djeeta, but okay.
A little less than an hour later, it was time to depart. But Vern was nowhere to be found.
It's a problem. They're kind of our, you know, guide in the environment.
Hurry, Skyfarers! We can't waste another second!
The later we got there, the more supplies would be stolen or destroyed. This could add up to weeks or even months of delays in Tempeal's restoration. Vern, I hope you're okay, bud. I was worried out of my mind. But a captain's gotta do what a captain's gotta do. I left a message for Vern with the merchant, and we set out.
Quick curiosity question. What if you, like, grind up to level 10 with just the quests? Is that possible to do? Because you can repeat the quests over and over, just, like, grind yourself up to level 10, so you can do these missions before you do Chapter 2 and 3, where you get this new outfit for Djeeta. Like, are these cutscenes still gonna have her in the outfit? Is that even possible, what I'm planning to do?
Goblins? I can't even fight stinking goblins! What good am I? Just a scaredy lizard who brings everybody down.
Oh, jeez.
Man. If only I was more like my pal, swinging swords and shooting spells. Then I'd finally be able to help out. Maybe I could have stopped Avia from taking Lyria. Maybe I could have done something.
I needed that reminder there for a second. I was like, I thought the person's name was Lilith who took Lyria. But no, Avia was the name of the organization that she was the head of. That's right.
How do you live the skyfaring life without combat skills? Heck, I can't even blow sparks, much less fire. What kind of dragon can't breathe fire?
Aw, he can fly. That's a pretty good talent for a dragon to have.
Ha! I tell everybody I'm a cool dragon, but I'm just a faker.
You are unworthy.
Ooh.
You were right, Ed. I'm not worthy. Not worthy of being in the crew. Not worthy of being the captain's best bud.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Freaking, he like charged Id, like when everybody else was down. You know, that's actually pretty awesome from Vern to like at least go for it, even though obviously Id just like thwacked him away immediately.
Ah, finally, here you are. I was looking everywhere for you.
Uh-huh. What did this old dude want with me?
I kind of like that we switched, narration here, by the way. If it's going to be a Vern-focused story, might as well.
Your captain left you a message. The crew's gone on ahead, but as an indispensable member of the Grand Cipher, they want you with them as soon as possible. And that's an order.
Did that possible just cut out there, or did I mishear that?
Indispensable? That meant like VIP, right? Me? For a second there, I was about to blow it off. Like, yeah, right, my bud's just saying that. But then I remembered, this crew had always kept it real. No lies, no flattery.
Yeah, we keep it real.
Yeah, we kicked butt because we believed in one another. These guys were my best friends. And maybe we weren't perfect. I mean, we lost to Id, but my bud put his captain boots on and got right back up and tried again. It was never about swords or magic. It was about always moving forward, never giving up.
Did you notice that they did not re-record Vern's lines to have the her pronoun for Djeeta there? It's not a big deal, but couldn't help but notice.
And more than anything, it was about being there for each other. What was I worrying about? Who cares if I couldn't fight? There are 1,000,002 ways to help on an adventure. I mean, you try questing without a cook or a healer.
Hello? Merchant of Vern, do you read me? If you're done daydreaming now, I've got a ship ready to go.
It was time to get a move on, or I wasn't worth my scales.
That's a very funny concept, an entire ship heading off just to carry this dragon. I guess he's carrying other stuff too.
Sorry, everybody. Your pal Vern is on his way.
Cool, cool. Meanwhile...
Prep and ready.
Oh, good. Vaseraga still
Supply should be
joining
this
us
way.
here.
Let's move.
And the other guys.
Our potion stock's running low. We'll be okay against a few goblins, right?
Hopefully. Just don't overdo it.
Should I have switched out? I forgot to look at the levels of everybody, actually. Well, it's too late now, but, you know, maybe there were some lower level guys. Nope. Alright, that kind of... Okay, cool. I guess I can rely on my guys to clean these gobbos
I
up.
hope Vern's okay.
He was really down, wasn't he? Poor Vern.
Huh, this is a bigger level than I thought, but it is supposed to be a story thingy, so I'm pretty happy. No, you don't. Oh, wow. Insta-destroyed that guy. Whoa. Easy. Alright, here comes some bigger gobbos.
Damn, back for more. Right when we were about to cross the
Canker.
finish line.
I see people! Over there, by the supply! We have to go help them!
Nice, that was actually a sick combo I did. Sorry.
Pilot Shadow!
Oh. Yeah, no, we got them. We got them, big man. it's good. Okay, let's see if I can do another... That tanker went down. Obviously, I'm probably over-leveled for this adventure, but, like, you know, that tanker still... I styled him pretty good.
We need these supplies to repair Temple Heal. Please, would you protect them?
We're on it.
Ah, okay, screwed that one up. Alright, he's a little bit stronger. Okay, good to know that we can, by the way, move around while charging up our Y move.
Thank you. You've saved Tempteel's future.
Heads up, goblin reinforcements. Just don't quit.
Okay, who's coming for the party now? I see him. Oh, nice! Here he is.
Did you miss me? Took me forever to catch up.
Vern!
Vern, was that an explosive? When did you get bombs?
Here come more of those stinking gobbles. Can you take them?
Sure can.
Heck yeah. See? He took out like 3 of those guys in one shot. Come on, Vern. Chin up. Good stuff. Darn. Oh! Ooh, I thought he wasn't attacking me. Hey, wyverns? We got a mission to, like, take out a wyvern. Okay.
Those goblins managed to steal any more of the supplies, and the relief effort's good as done. No kidding. They've already hauled half our grain to higher ground.
Whoopsie daisy.
Sounds like a job for a cool dragon.
That's a great idea, Vern. Put your wings to use.
Okay, I'm getting knocked around today.
What if the goblins fought?
Piece of cake. I'll be back in 30 seconds or your money back.
Okay, well, I guess in the meanwhile we deal with some more ordinary goblins. Hoo-ha!
I found some of the stolen supplies. They're safe and sound.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, no, another wave. Got him, lads.
Don't let them escape.
Oh, wyverns coming in.
Always have that air of mystique.
What can I say? Shine comes naturally to me.
Oh, that was a fun little dialogue.
Back to it.
A rock potion. Everyone feeling better?
Thanks, Vern!
Sweet.
You're a lifesaver.
What do you think?
Alright, that's that witch doctor gone. Very good. Ooh, I see the next batch coming.
Those goblins are getting nasty.
Nice.
For their trick.
Ooh, it was charging up a move there. Whoa!
Do it! Die!
Did you say Roger Dodger? That's,
You got it. Understood.
yeah, some of the dialogue for Djeeta is hilarious. Whoop.
Those stinking goblins didn't get a single.
Man, who hit me there? Wyvern? Ooh, these soldiers are hard to launch. They are not going in the air like the,
What do you think? Fight harder.
Oh, got him! That was the last guy, I guess. They're not going in the air like the tankers did. I guess they're just that chunky. Couldn't do my launcher.
The
Oh,
enemy
well.
have started their retreat. I think the worst has passed.
Thanks to you, Skyfarer.
Whew, that cargo actually got beat up
finally
there.
gonna be rebuilt.
Fairly
We owe
hard.
you everything.
Vern was the real MVP.
Aw, shucks. I bet you say that to all your lifelong pals.
Heh, alright. Cute.
That worked out. Just like always.
Yeah. Freaking everybody doing their pose, so... She's in the background there, you saw her doing her silly sultry thing.
After we'd secured the supplies, Vern talked about how he didn't think he was good enough for the crew. Obviously, he was the only one that felt that way.
Yeah, look at them be like, yeah!
I'd
Cute.
always appreciated his support. During fights, he was a supply runner, lookout, and cheerleader. And both on and off the battlefield, he was my courage. But even the best people, and dragons, get discouraged sometimes. I really should have been more vocal about my appreciation. But he knows now. We won the day because he came flying to the rescue. Just like I knew he would.
I'll always be there for you, pal.
He was back to his old self, basking in the praise of the crew, which caused his ego to swell like a balloon, but hey, who doesn't need a little confidence boost after a dip? And Vern, let me just say it now. I value you and all the hard work you do. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Ah, nice. Bit of a Saturday morning, you know, cartoon story there, if we're brutally honest, but I'll take it. Hold on now. Right, so we unlocked, so that's how you get new sigil slots. Very handy. What could we put here? Guts 1. Which does survive a lethal hit with 1 HP. Oh. Okay, I guess. It could come in handy in a clutch situation, so I will put that on.
Come to view the requests?
Next up, we still got Rackam and Eugen. Oh, if we're going to play as them, I haven't actually had a chance to play as them before, so I guess this is our chance. Figure out how their gameplay works. Because, yeah, we're going to hit up that one as well right there, you see? Yeah. Them's the breaks, kid. Let's find out what happened to our buddy here.
Call it a side effect of being a helmsman, but my ears tend to laser in on any talk of airships. Then again, damn near anybody could have heard this guy shouting.
By the way, I just now realized it said there as a prerequisite for this Chapter 3 mission, you have to clear the Avia thing. So I bet Djeeta's chapter also says that, so you absolutely cannot do those, even if you grind it above level 10 with the boring beginning missions over and over, you know. The missions aren't boring, but grinding them over and over to get enough XP to hit level 10, it sounds boring. Sorry, is what I meant. But yeah, okay, fair. My question is answered.
No! You can't do this! She's still skyworthy! She can still fly!
A distraught man was making a scene outside. 3 seemingly unfazed onlookers surrounded him. Between all the belly aching, I pieced together the man's story. He was an engineer, was upset that an airship called the Nautilus was set to be decommissioned. His 3 friends, meanwhile, were telling him to see reason that an old ship like that would be more useful as scrap.
Aw, but it could have value as a museum ship, you know?
Reminded me of the Port Breeze days, back when my own dreams seemed like unscalable walls. The 3 onlookers were a young helmsman, a young mechanic, and an older merchant. They presented a unified front against the engineer, countering each of his arguments threefold whenever he opened his mouth to protest. As much as I wanted to help the guy, the trio were speaking the truth. Repairing the damn thing would cost buckets of rupees, and you can't fix an airship on gumption alone. Trust me, I've tried. Them's the breaks, kid. I turned to leave. None of my business, right? But dumb old me, I had to pause as my ears caught what he said next.
We made a pact, didn't we? Don't you remember? The Nautilus. You promised that we would take her to the skies.
He could barely hold it together. You could hear it in his voice, the desperation as he clung to a quickly fading dream.
Oh, so he's never flown on this thing, huh? Which, yeah, so very much Rackham's fate from years ago.
It was a feeling all too familiar to me.
Okay, so, nice, thank you. The mission is gonna be down, but not out. Yes, I see now it says progress through the main story, which means that I guess they're not revealing to us what we need to progress up to, but eventually, apparently, yeah, you're gonna just hit... Well, it's gonna depend on your levels as well, which apparently goes up to 60 at least, so, yeah. We'll see, but for now, yeah, let's go see how Rackham saves this poor guy's sitch. So, Rackham is now the main guy, okay.
Couldn't resist my help?
Level up some guy.
Let's move out.
More guys with guns.
Your wish is my command.
Oh, nice! Finally, we can do a mission that doesn't have the captain in it. Very handy. Just team of 14 over here. Very good. Let's take a quick look at his command list. X, hold to fire a 3-shot burst. Y, chargeable up to 4 times his bullseye blast. And then he's got an air combo. Okay, he has a pretty simple kit with those, and his skills are... Bullet Hail, ranged attack that showers a wide area with bullets for a period of time. And Spitfire, ranged attack that inflicts defense down on foes. Let's put Spitfire there. And Bullet Hail there is, I think, how I want to do that. No, while we're here, let me quickly look at what the heck that Rosetta Sillage was. Rosetta plants a rose where she stands and immediately dodges back. Roses planted by Sillage gain a level. Aha! Okay, that's how her weird, like, thing. It's a get-out-of-dodge move. Okay? I should have really looked that up before I started playing as her last time. In the episode proper, but now we know. Cool. Let's go. I believe Eugen was the other guy, right? So we'll also get to learn how he plays. Probably similar, I suppose.
The Nautilus may be old,
both guys with guns.
She's got plenty of potential. She could easily outpace any other cargo ship in the fleet. At least 3 times faster.
Found the poor bastard blathering his woes at a tavern in Folka. The seat next to his happened to be conveniently open, so I took it. Without so much as asking my name, he launched into story after story. It was clear he still needed to vent. Apparently, he just recently started his career as an engineer. Planned on restoring the Nautilus. It would revitalize the local economy, help Folka this, assist Timpil that. He went on and on. But I knew he wasn't going to feel better until he confronted the actual issue at hand. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great you want to help your home like this, but that's not the real reason you're upset, is it?
Yeah.
That obvious, huh? I made a promise to my friends. One day we'd fly our beloved Nautilus across the skies together.
But the ship in question was long past its heyday and had deteriorated beyond the point of conventional repair. Time is a cruel but patient mistress, and among the original Nautilites, only Kent had yet to accept reality.
Kent.
After he finished his explanation, silence fell between us. Well, until another man frantically stumbled into the tavern. I'd seen him somewhere before. Oh yeah, one of the naysayers from earlier. The merchant.
Oh.
Somebody help! Anybody! Monsters are ransacking my precious cargo!
Another merchant with precious cargo in danger.
I was torn.
Fancy the chances.
Do my civil duty as a skyfarer and save the cargo, or help this ass determined to crush the dreams of my newfound friend? So, I asked Kent.
Oh well, I don't know. I mean, the three guys were pretty reasonable. I think ass determined to crush the dreams seems a little strong. I don't know. Because maybe I'm the bad guy here. I was sort of like siding with the, the three friends. Like, yeah, it sounds like a kind of a bad sitch. So, and, being, your livelihood being destroyed is also not great, so.
What? Of course you should help him.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Kent's on my level here.
Not a moment's hesitation from the kid. I liked that. This would have been the perfect moment to ensure the continued survival of the Nautilus, at least in the short term. But despite that, Kent didn't think twice about helping his fellow man. Hell yeah, Kent. I'll see what I can do.
Cool.
Oh boy.
It's funny because I thought that Rackham seemed like the least interesting guy when the crew was first introduced at the start of the game. He just seemed like Mr. Generic. But I don't know. He's kind of compelling now that we've gotten a little bit of him out of these Fate episodes. So. Rackham is a man of the skies tasked with home the Grand Cipher. His 2 guns allow him to cover allies at both long and close range. Press X to fire once, or hold to fire a 3-shot burst. His Y attack is chargeable, which increases its range and damage. Skills and X attacks fill the heat gauge. His triangle charges faster the higher the heat gauge. Very interesting. I saw the mention here about something about the heat gauge here down at the bottom. Okay. Landing X attacks and Link attacks fills the gauge. Good. Oh, okay. Raises heat gauge on hit is also that little arrow there. Alright, now I'm reading it correctly.
According to the merchant, our destination should be around here. I just hope there's anything left to save.
Huh, there's actual treasure to collect. I didn't do that on the last mission. Probably shouldn't worry too much about that, so it's fine. Right, so let's see. Bang!
Go time! Don't let up!
That's interesting. Like you can't hold it down for like automatic fire, but you can very quickly hit it a second time to get that other burst there. Like if I really tap it, I can like semi-auto like that. But if I like hold it down, I can just there's like a little rhythm here, as they mentioned. Kind of neat. Here's the second gun, Bullseye Blast. Okay, so he's got a little blunderbuss there. Alright. And I won't test these right now, but Bullet Hail was the AoE, Spitfire was the defense-lowering one. We'll use that for big guys. Alright, I could probably rock with him. He's got a funny little twirl with his dodges. Yeah. Did we explore an area like this? Because I'm sure they're
What the hell are they doing here?
reusing level designs, but that's where the treasure was. Well, I'll let it be. Let's follow these gobos. Wow!
I'll say we didn't warn you.
Alright. Yeah, dodged out of the way. Alright, I'm not super into his gameplay now that we're in it. I don't know. Range support feels a little weird, but... Ooh! Alright, that did a bit of damage. He's got an interesting play style, but like... Using this piddling pea shooter to try and take these guys out is a little... Yeah. Oh, what's his ground slam? Interesting, his ground slam is a shotgun blast from the air. Yeah, that's kind of fun. You know, maybe I'm speaking too early here. Maybe my impressions were a little abrupt there.
Must be the cargo we're looking
I don't recognize this level. This seems like an entirely new level for this mission here. Interesting. And this is an obvious arena. We in trouble next.
Cargo's safe and sound. Maybe. Looks like it's been rummaged through.
Watch out, Rackham! We've got goblins and vipers on our trail!
It'll take more than that to do us.
Whoa.
What do you think?
Alright. Ooh, that was really fast now that I got a little bit of heat going. I don't see where my heat is. But... Oh, got me at the end there. Oh, now I see the heat meter. Never mind. Just as I said that I don't know where it is, it's that little gauge there to the right. I'm really shocked I somehow didn't notice that earlier. Wow. Wow, that goes really fast when the heat meter is like up in like orange. That's really cool. Whoa. Ah, man, he dodged that. Yeah, okay, now that I see the meter here, I'm kind of enjoying Rackham now. That's interesting. Ooh, point blank. I gotta love that. Never mind, Rackham's pretty cool, actually. It's surprising because he doesn't seem super, like, interesting at first. But now we're rocking it.
Well, you're going down like the rest of them.
Ooh, although let's see how we do against a very big man like this. Ugh.
Been saving this one.
Ooh, destructible environment. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Take that.
What do you think, Djeeta?
Look alive.
Oh, that's a cool ground dash move from that guy.
No falling under my watch. Now's our chance.
Got him! Nice! Oh, that's a cool shot.
You monsters screwed up big time today, because you chose to mess with the best crew to ever cross these skies.
Hell yeah. Oh, interesting design, by the way. He also does have a knife on his back.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
You see that? He's got a big old sword, but... Well, we'll see if, like, we unlock some kind of, like, melee move with that for him. Or if it's just decoration.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. How could I ever thank you?
You want to thank someone? Thank him. I gestured toward Kent. The man's face filled with shame as the irony dawned on him.
So it was you, huh? Hey, listen. I'm sorry about earlier. I could have heard you out.
But what is this voice this guy's... Hey, Peter. It sounds like I'm doing some kind of Warburton impression here. Okay. I kind of like it, but, you know.
After the merchant left, I wanted to focus on the next goal at hand. Putting some wind back in the Nautilus's sails.
Huh.
So I proceeded to do some intelligent and, dare I say, brilliant thinking on the topic when Kent asked what I was talking about. Whoops. Must have been thinking out loud again.
Whoops, I'm doing it again now. Huh. Telling this story to this random person.
You just wait and see.
Okie dokie? What? Wait, we end on a... We end on a little cliffhanger. Wow, okay, interesting. Because the Vern story wrapped up with Djeeta, but that ended on a cliffy. Interesting. Also, you know what I freaking love there? So I saw the little, like, the halfling, the Harvin guy, like, apologizing to Kent in that image. I thought that after the merchant finishes with his scene, we would get... that like would move to then this guy showing up. But now I realize, since, you know, we never had like a second character show up there, that merchant was the Harvin, so that was just a really deep voiced tiny little halfling guy. That's kind of funny. I thought the mustachioed human was the merchant when they showed the three people there, so I was very off on my expectations, so that's a little bit funny. Why can't I... There it is. Wow. For some reason, I just couldn't see the Rackham's name there, completely blank. Stun power for him, maybe? I don't know. Alright, well, chalk that up to another pretty cool character to play as. So far, the one I've enjoyed the least is probably Io. It wasn't terrible, but, like, didn't like, you know, the like handling the magic resources didn't really tickle my fancy that hard. By the way, what is stopping us from doing Catalina's thing? Progress through the main story. We need to do something else still in the story to get that. I'm assuming the same with the EO and Rosetta. Fascinating. Well, we'll see. We'll see what that is, that requirement. But Eugen is good to go, so we get to learn how to play as him as well. Assuming we can do... Yes, we can. It looks like it's the same for everybody. What's up with Eugen here in Volca? Posing like a badass again, with this other guy having some kind of meltdown.
Tempeal was hit by a devastating storm. Refugees flocked to the safe haven of Volca. We heard the news and docked on the island, which was buzzing with activity. It was clear. All hands were needed on deck as reconstruction efforts got underway. So we walked through the city, looking out for opportunities to help. That's when we saw a distressed young draft. We didn't know the details, but it was plain as day that something wasn't right. He was stumbling around, eyes unfocused, and staring into space.
Oh boy, I know the draft are like huge and everything, but I'm still not ready for this giant bearded hunk of a man. It's like, this is a young draft. Whoa.
I couldn't shake the feeling that we shouldn't leave him on his own. So we ended up trailing him. We came to the edge of a cliff. Though the morning sun shone on our faces, a frigid wind blew down our backs. The draft just stood at the edge, staring at something only he could see. Hey, careful there! With the wind whipping around like this, you might lose your footing. The draft whirled around, taken off guard. After a while, he looked away, shrugging.
Thanks for your concern.
Oh, what a soft-spoken man for being such a huge
You look
dude.
like you've got something on your mind. If you want a friendly ear, you've got him here.
I guess I do.
He smiled, though the expression didn't reach his eyes. The draft introduced himself as Karzeda. Back in Tempeal, he was a jeweler's apprentice.
The expression didn't reach his eyes is a really great phrase, by the way, honestly, now that I think about it. That's a really cool writing choice.
My childhood friend was caught up in that storm. I was in love with her. Could never get up the courage to tell her.
Oh no.
And now it's too late.
Oh god.
Karzeda bit down on his lip, as if he was trying to hold back his despair. He went on, telling us that he'd hit a slump in his apprenticeship. Nothing he did could gain his master's approval.
Ooh, this guy is in a real bad position.
His frustration boiled over, and he got into a rip-roaring fight with his friend. Hurt, she fled from the workshop. He didn't go after her.
Oh no, the one that he was in love with?
I wish I had, because that's the day the storm came.
Karzeda's face twisted in agony. He made a mistake, and it ended up costing him someone dear. I could understand all too well.
Yeah, this is surprisingly relatable to Eugen, the same way as Rackham's story was weirdly, suitably relatable for him. I suppose that's just a little quirk of writing, eh? Okay, so I hope we go and save the friend in this next mission, yeah? Let's find out. Or, you know, recover her remains, which would be very sad, but also an option.
Ready.
I was itching for some action.
Hell yeah. I guess
Depend on me.
level up EO then. Yeah, let's check Eugen's playstyle real quickly. So his command list, sniper vision is by holding down X. Interesting, and then there's just a regular attack. He's also got a melee combo at close range. He will chuck a grenade. Okay, an air grenade. We can plant a grenade. Oh, so he's got, like, interesting. Or in sniper vision, he can toss one of these HE grenades. Or he's got an air combo. Wow, he's got a lot of tech. Rackham was way easier compared to this now. Hold on now. Let's look at his skills real quick to remind me of those. He has the Stout Heart. Doesn't interrupt character. Oh, okay, so it's a dodge move and it gives Stout Heart, which means he's got like super armor. So that's what Vaseraga gets too, for basically free. Oh, that's fantastic. Now that I know that, I'm gonna spam that all the time when I play as Vaseraga. Wow. I mean, I kind of was already, but that's incredible. And then the big ball bombing, and finally the healing bullet. You can shoot it in sniper vision, or just like use it close if you don't want to aim. Got it. This one might be the trickiest to play as, because like stopping the aim while playing on a controller, not super exciting to me. Rackam might actually be more my style, although I think Eugen's cooler as a character.
Garzeda stared at the sunbeams as they illuminated the cliffside. His eyes were watering, and not just from the sun's rays.
When we were kids, we made a promise. Once I became a proper jeweler, I'd share my most treasured secret with her. Cowardly, yes, but that was the only way I could tell her how I felt.
Actually pretty good acting all of a sudden. He seemed very composed in the previous sketch, but Garzeda's voice actor now really putting in the waterworks there. I like it.
It all made sense now. His deepest, darkest regret was putting off telling her what was in his heart for so long.
We made that promise ages ago. I wouldn't have been surprised if she forgot all about it.
Garzeda paused, as if remembering something. He lifted his gaze to the sky, then continued.
Oh, right. I have to go back to the mines in Tempeal. There are keepsakes of hers there. I don't think she can move on without them.
Now we're gonna go get those, huh?
I could tell how important this was to him. But when the people fled Tempeal, a horde of monsters moved right on in. Actually, forget the fiends. Garzeda wasn't in shape to go anywhere right now. What do these keepsakes look like? I can head to the mines and track them down for you.
Ooh, that twangy guitar for Eugen heroing up.
Considering his condition, I wasn't about to give him room to argue. Besides, I know all about not being able to share the important stuff with a loved one while there's still time. There's so much I didn't get to tell my family. Even now, thinking of our old house makes my heart ache something fierce. That day, there was no one to greet me when I opened the door. Seeing the cold remains of my home tore open a void in my heart. But you know what? I managed to keep going because my friends were there for me. This time it was my turn to support someone who needed it.
What a hero. Man, Eugen had like a really compelling backstory, so very happy. This old soldier fights foes while battling his own demons. Wow, what a phrase. Able to snipe weaknesses from Mahar, he's also adept at hand-to-hand combat. Hold X to enter sniper vision. He won't be able to move while in sniper vision, but he'll be able to manually aim his shots. This is especially useful for destroying body parts. Okay. Grenades deal damage in their blast zone. Hold Y to aim the throw. Grenade explode after a period of time, or can be detonated by an attack. Okay.
The keepsake should be somewhere around here. Might as well inspect the mine shafts as we go too.
Okay, this I see. We're doing this level backwards. This was the Fury Cane level. I'm already shooting at gobos. Not really what I meant to do. Interesting. He does a little combat roll to toss that Granado. Okay. I was like, come on now. Wish I could go back to that move list, yeah?
Gotta beat up.
Okay.
Now then.
Oh, nice. So after you hold that down long enough, you can, in fact, just let go of X. Right, because you need to make your regular shots. And you can, in fact, charge a shot while in this mode. How do I get out of it? By pressing X, apparently.
Here goes.
Well, A on the generic controller, but X on the PlayStation controller will cancel that.
Gotta beat up.
Ooh, actually, seeing a few gobos there already. Alright, let's see if we can play this guy. Alright, pretty big damage.
Can't just let him run a mine. Time to get to work. That was too easy.
Okay, I'm still not convinced this is going to be my vibe. This is even less so than Rackam with this whole sniper action, but...
Now then! They act like they own the place. Sorry, but you're gonna have to move.
Wait, they died already? Okay, damn. Good freaking casting there, yo. Would have been nice to set up a little trap for them. Oh. Oop, that didn't quite work. Now let's see if we can do this trap here. So, alright, this way, buddy. Oh, right into the tanker.
Well, who invited you to the party?
Oh, now he's coming for that thing. Come on. Oh, what detonates these grenades? Oh, can I shoot the grenades? Hold on. Oh, that's awesome! Okay, so I can set up the grenades and set them off myself. That's wonderful. That was not one of my best throws. See, I thought they were like proximity grenades, but now I see what the vibe is. Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Watch out!
Whoa! Whoa!
Picked the wrong guy to have a shooting contest with.
I don't know, I think they did alright there.
Zeta's counting on us to find those keepsakes.
Okay. I do appreciate that he has pretty high damage value, you know, since he's got not really much in the way of combos or anything, so...
A watering can, a shovel. These are the keepsakes.
Did you hear that?
Ooh, big man. Oh, what's cool here is they've set up all these explosive barrels here for us to...
And look at the size of that one!
Gotta beat
Whoa! Okay, let's get out of there. See, I thought I had a really good thing going here where I could, like, shoot these explosive barrels, but no chance.
Trigger finger, is it?
Ooh, I think I got the grenade off there. Nice. There we go. Yeah, Eugen, if you don't want to get in melee, Eugen's a great choice.
We got the big one.
Just, like,
I think we can rest easy.
run the heck off and just hang out really far away while everybody else is
Place was crawling with
in the line of fire.
Good thing we came instead of Karzeda.
Yeah, I see. I can see, like, especially if you're playing with friends, I can see somebody who wants to play, like, a little bit more support. Playing as Eugen would be fantastic. Playing single player, like, I could maybe play Eugen if I was, like, playing multiplayer with friends. I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll be the sniper, you know, while keeping my distance and providing a little bit of assists with my grenades. But, like, I think I'm not gonna play as Eugen again, unfortunately. Unless he unlocks, like, some really interesting special skills or something, I think that may have been the extent of me playing as him. Rackham I can see, because he's a little bit more mobile guy, and his heat mechanic is kind of interesting, so, you know. I can maybe consider, you know, Rackham still.
Said his friend loved flowers.
Not sure about this this gameplay for Eugen. I'll have to think about it. I mean, it was not like I was doing badly playing as him, but, like, it's just not super compelling in a game like this.
Tempeal's soil was harsh and didn't lend itself to flora. But her dream was to grow a variety of flowers and let them bloom all over the land. Knowing how much her dream meant to her, Karzeda wanted to bring her gardening tools back and place them in front of her grave. His hands were trembling when I passed them over.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I was going to comment on how he recognized a bucket and a shovel as the correct items in a freaking mine. Like, a little contrived, but... Okay, if they were for planting flowers, maybe you actually can, like, distinguish from mining gear.
He was so choked with emotion that each word sounded pained, like thorns sticking in his throat. I kept my eyes on him. It felt like if I looked away for even a second, he'd fade into the great blue beyond. He was still grappling with his hurt. You wanted to say goodbye to her properly, right? Come on, I'll go with you. I slapped him on the shoulder, silently willing him to pull himself together.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Karzeda hugged the tools tightly against his chest, his teeth biting down hard on his lip. It broke my heart. seeing someone so young deal with such overwhelming tragedy. The least I could do was help him see this through.
Whew, what a rough story. I'm saddened, obviously, but actually kind of impressed that the game didn't have like a we go and it turns out that, he's still alive out there kind of situation, or she's still alive somehow. Got lucky and is just trapped somewhere in Tempeal or something, that's kind of what I maybe expected coming up from there, but no. Maybe that, I don't know. They actually had a story where you had to deal with had to deal with this fate, the cruel fate, so pretty compelling stuff.
Yes, can I help you?
Well, we're not quite done yet because, of course, here comes this big man. Will we learn what the deal is with him? Let's see how long we can go here because... Okay, we don't know yet if this progress to the main story in this case means the part that everybody else has gotten to, because, some of our group hasn't managed that, so it might be that we only get the prologue episode 1 and episode 2. Which, yeah, was where we left off previously, Yeah. So, let's just get on with it then, let's hear. Oh yeah, also, of course, I'm sorry that I overhyped this man so much, but we're going to now hear the dulcet tones of Pro ZD, aka no, that's not right. Sungwon Cho, aka Pro ZD. Once again, narrate. Pro ZD isn't his name. That's what I made it sound like. I'm an idiot. Sukwaj? No, he would be very mad at that.
Foul smell fills the air as my dissolving limbs grow black.
What?
Protect the captain! Get him somewhere safe!
No, leave me. Run.
As long as you're alive, we can rebuild. We promised, didn't we? Our lives are in your hands.
You're not allowed to make the sacrifice for me.
Ooh, that's a really cool line, Because, there's so many stories about, heroism and sacrifice, but then, they're really like, do you want to, so you don't want to be someone sacrificing for you is also a kind of stoicness.
Please, save yourselves. I'll never forget the memory of that day. My conceit put us in that mess, but I was the only one who made it.
Ooh, Mega Survivors Guild. Yeah. It did say that he, his, dislikes was, remembering the past or whatever it was. There was, a really goofy one in his, stats about this.
After all the good times we shared, after all the pain, they would have to live on in my memory. Once I could pick myself back up again, I began to temper my body. I swore I'd never let the same tragedy repeat itself. It wasn't long before this husk became resilient, augmented and conditioned to withstand even lightning. I no longer felt physical pain, or much of anything at all.
Brutal.
It was preferable that way. I could be a shield to protect others, to protect them from the same tragedy that befell my crew.
He is kind of an edgelord. I keep saying that, But he's more like that stoic edgelord. There's there's slightly more vibes that they're kind of really arrogant, cocky edgelord is one vibe, but then there's this I'm carrying this pain is that other vibe, no one can understand this burden put upon me, that kind of thing, I guess.
Having lost my place in the world, I found a home in the society and quickly became contractor to the seal weapon, Great Scythe Grinnoth. My missions were simple: hunt primal beasts or exterminate the foe.
Of course I got the pronunciation, because I've been saying Grynoth this whole time. Of course I flipped a coin and I picked the wrong one. It's Grinnoth. Got it.
I did my job so that I could keep people safe, to aid them in their time of need.
I wouldn't have minded a little bit more exposition here on what the society is, what a seal weapon is. Actually, what the foe with a capital F is, would have been handy, but meh.
But despite my best efforts, I still failed. I was powerless when Vern was kidnapped right in front of me.
What? Vern?
Worst of all, I could do nothing but watch as our hopeful new recruit was cut down. What good was I when I couldn't even protect a single one of my comrades? Maybe the real mistake was believing I could do good in the first place.
Ooh, what a line. Damn, alright. Laying it heavy there. He's got massive health, but, you know, again, since he, like, comes with, like, practically free, super armor, whatever it was called, ability that you can just tap Y to get, and, like, he's got big, slow moves and wind-ups, it seems like he's kind of built on having tons of HP, so you can soak up attacks. I can kind of see what his gameplay is. Inescapable pain. Yeah. He remade his own body. Wow. Well, let's see where this goes on from here. Oh, there was a character like that among
the society to protect others, which sounds noble on paper, but in reality, it was all for my own sake.
Interesting. Yeah, that character was one of the unlockables. In fact, isn't she in? I think this character is also in the fighting game in Versus Rising. Because I said, like, she's got, like, Harley Quinn energy. Honestly, I think I was thinking of the fighting game where she walks in, she's got, like, this, like, cocky, and she's kind of holding the spear like Harley holds her baseball bat. So, yeah. Okay, interesting that they're paired up like this. Also, this is cool, this, like, line here. Very, like, a little bit of Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. I guess that's going a little bit in spoilers. They must have gotten to that by now in Rebirth, though, so maybe I'm in the clear talking about that a little bit.
I'm the reason that my old crew, my family, found an early grave. It was only right that I spend the rest of my meager life in atonement. At least, that's the excuse I told myself. In truth, another part of me was deluded into thinking I could free myself from the guilt. But only if I could change into another person.
Man, this is a really conflicted guy.
Turns out that being immune to physical torture does nothing to protect your heart from psychological torment.
Especially when it's served up by yourself.
Speaking of mental suffering, not long after I joined the society, Ilsa assigned Zeta as my partner.
Zeta, I think that's her, yeah.
The old me would have worked with her just fine, but too much had changed. Her blunt honesty rubbed me the wrong way. A man can only take so much random commentary before he goes insane.
Okay, speaking of mental torment.
Even Ilsa called her Pupper, which was kinder than what I had in mind back in those days. But it was an apt name, considering all of her barking. I didn't care about forging a real partnership with Zeta. Every time we had a mission together, I just wanted to finish it as fast as possible. But it backfired. Whenever I pushed her away, she pushed back 10 times harder. She was determined to know me.
Interesting.
I would have never admitted it out loud, but I was afraid. After all, the closer you are with someone, the harder it is to cope with their loss.
Damn, these truth bombs, woof. Alright. Finally, one blunt partner. And then whatever this is, yeah. Let's go. Yeah. He teamed up with Zeta. They didn't get together very well, but, like, she was being very persistent. What is going on in this scene? Is she picking him up from the ground?
Why I joined the captain's crew? Well, I had my reasons.
Is this like Vaseraga's POV, or what is going on? Very curious image for this one.
The captain's father was awaiting our crew in Estalucia, and that meant duking it out with primals and gathering sky map pieces along the way. The captain was strong and humble, had a knack for overcoming hardship. With leadership like that, I knew this crew could actually make it.
This is actually fantastic, because I was like, why did he join up with our heroes, you know? Especially with all of his emotional baggage, so good that we also get, like, that part of the backstory for all these side characters.
That's not to say they were running a flawless operation. The way I saw it, they had two big problems. Vern and Lyria, the Red Dragon and the Girl in Blue. It's true they were core members of the crew, but they possess powers which could represent grave consequences for the skies.
What's Vern's power? Wait a second.
Should one overflow with astral energy, or the other absorb enough primal power, they would be erased and herald the destruction of everything as we know it.
That's a problem.
It was possible the captain could reach Estelucia without any sacrifices, but I wasn't the type to bet on fate. These kids needed a shield. This body of mine would protect them all, no matter what came to pass. At least, that's what I intended.
Oh.
During the fight against the Moon Dwellers, I lost myself to the Automagod Grynoth's power and raised my scythe against the crew.
This is one of those moments where they're like, oh yeah, and then this happened in that mobile game. Yeah, we're not gonna elaborate. The Moon Dwellers. Oh boy, and the Automagod.
As pathetic as it was, I became the very threat I swore to protect them from. That was why I prepared a way to stop my own heart.
Whoa!
I wouldn't hurt my comrades again.
He had a Batman plan against himself in case he himself got mind-controlled. Good lord.
If I couldn't protect anyone, then the least I could do was make sure I could do no more harm.
What are you playing at, Vaseraga? Is this your penance after what happened to Lester?
Is this Djeeta now?
I was fine with sacrificing myself, as long as I could save someone else. A part of me even believed I deserved such a fate.
I hate when you act alone. You could have come to me for help first, you know? We're partners, damn it!
I couldn't feel pain, but somewhere inside I felt like a wound had split me in two. It took me far too long to realize that it hurt my comrades to see me suffering. That I had chosen to run instead of face my fears.
Interesting. Right, that whole perspective. Yeah.
Did you hear me, you big lug? You're not gonna drop dead on us. Not on my watch.
You know, I hate to say this, because, like, the voice acting has been really high quality in this game, and, you know, I always want to commend good English dubs, but something about Zeta's line reads here, kind of, at least that second line read, I thought was a little bit run-on sentencey, not super great. Maybe it's not the voice actor's fault, maybe they could have, like, taken another pass at the recording booth or something. They just, you know, had too few takes. I don't know. I hope her actual, like, own dialogue is better, you know, for her own, like, character stuff, because I don't know. These ones, for the first time, I'm like, ooh, that didn't land quite as well as it could have.
My partner's instincts were sharp enough to cut right through me. But it was her words, honest and blunt, which shattered the walls around my cowardly heart. The pain I should have dealt with a long time ago came spilling out, but this time it was accompanied by a burning desire. We're going to survive this, together. And that's the way it's been ever since.
Interesting. Alright, got through his entire, heavy stuff. We did not unlock his episode 3, so we did not get the next stuff, but alright. Compelling stuff. Interesting. I'm very interested to see where some of these stories go now, since, like, yes, now that we know that there is, like, actual, like, little side stories going on here in the middle. And, like, Rackham's was left really, really in the middle of it. Like, that ended on a cliffhanger. So, yeah, cool stuff. Okay, that's it for today. That was all the story time we had today. It was actually, I thought this was going to be a shorter episode, but there was so much to get through here and the playable segments that, no, this was another chunker of a bonus episode. Hope you folks had a good time. I don't know when we'll be coming back to this. We'll have to hit another flag in the story progress, and we're going to have to get people to level 20 if we want to get some of these folks. So, who knows? Who knows when that's going to be? But, you can look forward to probably another nice little bonus episode of these. Especially if we get lucky enough to call in yet another backup onto our team. It's going to be Charlotta. Just, FYI. If we get the opportunity, it's going to be her. After that, I don't know. I've said some names, speculated on some. Maybe Djeeta, so I found out just more about Vaseraga's story. But, no point thinking about too much now. Thank you all. See you all next week for the continuation of the main story. It's gonna be good, I hope. I expect. I know it's gonna be good. No worries. See you then. Bye!